Nuclear weapons are unlike any other. They are defined by their immense power, capable of causing widespread destruction on a scale never before imagined. This power comes from the splitting of atoms, a process known as nuclear fission. When uranium or plutonium atoms are split, an enormous amount of energy is released. This energy takes the form of a powerful blast, intense heat and deadly radiation. The blast can level entire cities in an instant, leaving behind only rubble and despair. The heat generated is unlike anything experienced in a conventional explosion, capable of causing horrific burns and starting widespread fires. But it is the radiation that is perhaps the most insidious and long-lasting consequence of these weapons. Invisible and silent, radiation can penetrate deep into living tissue, causing severe illness, birth defects, and death. The effects of radiation can linger for decades, contaminating the environment and poisoning future generations. The development of nuclear weapons marked a turning point in human history. It ushered in an era where the capacity for self-destruction reached terrifying new heights. Understanding the science behind these weapons is essential, but it is equally important to grasp the profound ethical and humanitarian implications of their existence. The world witnessed the devastating power of nuclear weapons firsthand in August 1945. Hiroshima and Nagasaki became etched in history as the first victims of atomic bombings. These events serve as a stark reminder of the horrors that nuclear weapons unleash. On August 6, 1945, the Enola Gay dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. The city was instantly engulfed in a blinding flash and a deafening roar. Buildings crumbled, streets turned to rivers of fire, and thousands perished. 3 days later, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. The impact was equally devastating, claiming tens of thousands of lives. The bombings remain the only instances of nuclear weapons used in warfare. The aftermath was catastrophic, with many survivors facing long-term health consequences. Cancer rates soared and generations bore the genetic scars. The bombings stand as a chilling testament to the destructive capacity of nuclear weapons. They serve as a solemn reminder of the human cost and the imperative to prevent their use ever again. The Cold War era was defined by the tense standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union, two superpowers armed with vast arsenals of nuclear weapons. This period saw the development of the doctrine of deterrence, which was based on the idea that the threat of mutual assured destruction would prevent either side from launching a first strike. The logic was simple. If both sides knew that any attack would result in their own annihilation, they would be deterred from using their nuclear weapons. This doctrine led to an arms race, with each side building more and more powerful weapons in an effort to maintain a credible deterrent. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 brought the world to the brink of nuclear war, but it also underscored the importance of diplomacy and communication in preventing such a catastrophe. The Cold War may have ended, but the legacy of deterrence remains. Even today, the threat of nuclear conflict looms large, and the doctrine of deterrence continues to shape international relations. The existence of nuclear weapons poses a grave threat to global security and humanity's future. Despite efforts to reduce nuclear arsenals, thousands remain, and the risk of their use persists. The urgent need for disarmament cannot be overstated. Disarmament is a moral imperative. Reducing nuclear weapons lowers the risk of catastrophic consequences. International treaties play a crucial role in advancing disarmament efforts. Achieving a world free of nuclear weapons requires sustained commitment and cooperation. It demands a shift in mindset, recognizing nuclear weapons as existential threats. The path to disarmament is challenging but essential for a secure future. Together we can move towards a world where peace and security are built on mutual trust and cooperation.